All right, let's jump right in. If you're a developer, you live this every day, right? There's this constant battle between moving fast and staying secure. It's a real tug of war. Well, that is the exact problem a tool called Snyk was created to fix. So today, we're going to break down exactly how it works.
Picture this. You are literally moments away from a huge release. The code is perfect, the whole team is pumped, and then, bam, a security scan fails. Everything grinds to a halt. It's that classic, super frustrating moment that often pits developers against the security team. But what if security wasn't a roadblock? What if it was more like a co-pilot? You see, for years, the old way of doing things was the standard. You'd write all your code, you'd build the app, and only at the very end, right before you ship it, the security team would swoop in and scan it. Finding a problem that late in the game, it means huge delays, angry developers, just a ton of friction. It's a system that's basically designed to be a bottleneck.
And this is where Snyk just completely flips the script. It's built on a totally different philosophy. Security needs to be part of the process from the get-go. This is what everyone in the industry calls shifting security left, as in moving it earlier in the timeline. And Snyk is made, first and foremost, for the people actually writing the code, the developers.
So what is Snyk really? Well, think of it as a security platform that finds and helps you fix vulnerabilities pretty much everywhere. We're talking about your open source libraries, your container images, even the code that sets up your cloud infrastructure. But the most important part? It does all of this early, right inside the tools you already use every day.
And its popularity has just exploded lately, and for some really good reasons. First, it's actually easy for developers to use. It's built for modern, cloud-native apps. It automates all that tedious scanning. Basically, it fits right into a modern DevOps workflow. The whole point isn't to slow developers down, it's to empower them to build securely from the very start.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. What does Snyk actually do? The platform is really like a toolbox, with different tools designed to protect all the different layers of your application. First up, you got Snyk Open Source. This does something called Software Composition Analysis, or SCA. Now think about it. A huge chunk of any modern app is code you didn't write. It's all those open source packages from NPM or pip. This tool scans all of those dependencies for known security holes, checks for any risky licenses, and even tells you when a library is just plain outdated. Next, there's Snyk Code. This is what's called a SAST tool, which is for the code that you did write. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a spell checker, but for security issues. It scans your code as you're typing, right inside your code editor like VS Code, and it catches really dangerous stuff like SQL injection flaws, or if you accidentally left a password in your code. Now we move up a layer to containers. Most modern apps get packaged up into containers, like Docker images. Well, Snyk Container scans these images for vulnerabilities not just in your app's code, but in the operating system and all the other software bundled inside. I mean, a single issue in the base Linux layer could put your whole application at risk. This tool makes sure the entire package is locked down. And this part is really cool because it shows you how modern security works. This is Snyk's tool for Infrastructure as Code, or IAC. It scans the actual configuration files that define your cloud setup, your Terraform or Kubernetes files. It catches critical mistakes like an S3 bucket being left open to the public or a security group that's way too permissive before you ever deploy them. It stops huge security holes before they can even exist in the cloud.
So we've seen what Snyk scans, but the real magic, the secret sauce, is in how it all fits together. It's not some separate, painful step you have to remember. It becomes a totally natural part of a developer's workflow.
The whole idea is to create this seamless, continuous loop where security is just another part of writing great code. So what does that actually look like day to day? Well, let's walk through it. It all starts right in your code editor, where Snyk is scanning as you type. Then, when you commit your code to Git, Snyk scans the repository. When your CI/CD pipeline kicks off to build the app, it triggers even deeper scans. Snyk then reports back any issues it finds, and here's the best part. It gives you concrete suggestions, sometimes even automated pull requests on how to fix them. The developer makes the fix, and only then does the secure code get deployed. It's a full, continuous security cycle. Okay, so Snyk sounds pretty amazing, right? But like any tool out there, it's not perfect. It has its own strengths and weaknesses. So let's break down the final verdict to get the whole picture. When you put Snyk up against some other tools, you really see where it shines. While others might be focused on really heavy enterprise scanning or just general code quality, Snyk's laser focus is on that developer experience. And you can see that one killer feature right there. Automated pull requests to fix vulnerabilities. That is an absolute game changer for moving quickly.
So, if we sum up its strengths, it really all comes back to that developer-first mindset. The IDE integration is fantastic, the scans are incredibly fast and accurate, and it covers that full modern application stack we just walked through. And those automated fixes, they mean developers spend way less time hunting for answers and more time actually building. It's all about removing friction.
But it's not a silver bullet. The paid plans can definitely get expensive. It's also really built for modern cloud-native apps, so if you're working on a giant older system, it might not be the best fit. And this is a big one. It only works if developers actually use it. You need that buy-in. Finally, it's important to know what it doesn't do. It's not a DAST tool, which tests an application while it's running. That's a whole different kind of testing.
When you boil it all down, the takeaway is this. Snyk is designed to end the war between speed and security. By weaving security right into the developer's workflow, it actually helps teams release more secure software without forcing them to slow down.
And that really leaves us with one final question to think about for your own work. Is your security process a roadblock that everybody tries to avoid? Or is it a helpful co-pilot guiding your team to a safer destination? Because the answer to that question can make all the difference.